I'm coming to you today solo with a market update so far for 2026. So a lot of you have been asking me what's been happening with the Costa del Sol property market so far in Q1 2026. What are we seeing? What are the buyers' behaviours? Is it still a good time to invest? Are the prices stabilising? So if this is a question that has been front of mind for you, well, you're in luck, because I'm going to answer those very hot questions today in this short and snappy market update. If you've been following along here and you know a little bit about me, Warner, and WL Costa Properties, you know that I'm always going to come to you with full transparency. So look, the Costa del Sol market updates and notary data for 2026 are still signalling that the Costa del Sol property market is in a great place. The expectation for this year is that prices will increase by 4 to 6% and that the market will still remain very strong. And the indications so far in Q1 are signalling this, even though things within the property market in Spain overall seem to be a little bit different than last year. Sales transactions are down. The reports are that buyer behaviour is slower. Here along the Costa del Sol, things are looking in a good position. We're seeing small increases on last year. However, I want to talk frankly from our perspective. So we really expected to enter into Q1 2026 very, very strong. Now, I'm not saying that we haven't entered into Q1 2026 in a strong place. We absolutely have, but things are different. So what do I mean by that? Buyers are entering into the market full of information. So we are seeing buyers coming with lots of information. They're well briefed. They have access to the questions that they need to be asking from their real estate agents, and they have high expectations. I'm putting a lot of that down to the access of information now through this AI ever-evolving world that we're living in. What does that mean for real estate agents? It means that we need to ensure that we're meeting our buyer where they're at. We need to ensure that we're listening to their questions, that they're really hearing the concerns, and that we're giving them all of the information that they are requesting. When it comes to the properties themselves, there is still demand for properties that are priced well and that are positioned and marketed correctly. But where we have properties entering into the market inflated in price, hoping to follow the trends that we would have seen in 2025, where properties were coming in, maintaining high price points, I am definitely seeing that that's changing. There's a lot of price correcting happening within the marketplace, particularly within the villa market here in Belmad now. Properties that are, not positioned to the correct price point are taking time. They're sitting on the market and they're not shifting in line with the seller's expectations. So we're definitely seeing that shift compared to 2026. I also think that the weather really impacted both buyer and seller behaviour in Q1. People did not want to be out viewing properties in the rain. We had really crazy rain, like nothing we've ever seen here in the 10 years that I've lived here. And also sellers didn't feel that it was the right time to position their property correctly for sale when the weather was really bad. Nobody wants to view and buy beautiful properties in the sun when the weather is not good. So that definitely impacted buyer and seller behaviour and overall footfall. What else did we see? The world has gone absolutely mad. If you're following news updates, it creates scarcity mindset, it creates apprehension, anticipation. Cost of living has gone up. Fuel prices are going up. We're all very starkly aware to what's happening in the world if we're following along to the news. And I think that this created an element maybe of skepticism for buyers, although they may still want to buy on the Costa del Sol, and particularly in Spain, because they see it as a safe haven. They want to make sure that they are paying the correct price for their property. So they're taking their time. They're shopping around. They want to make sure that they're getting value for their money. It created a buyer that was very aware. It created price corrections within the market, particularly within the villa market and properties that were maybe not priced correctly from the start. But with that said, I'm starting to see a shift in March. People are starting to realise again that the Costa del Sol is a safe haven. They're realising that it is a safe investment for their property. The weather is good, people are shopping around, they're starting to think about their vacations again, and I can see that things are changing. Sellers are also starting to sell their properties again because the weather is good and it's a good time to position your property for sale. So to answer those fundamental questions, is the Costa del Sol still a good investment for 2026? Yes, absolutely. We're still seeing that property prices are forecasted to increase here between 4 to 6% through the course of this year, which means that you're not going to lose out. It's still a good investment for you. But I think that you need to think bigger than that. I think you need to start thinking about the Costa del Sol as a location overall and what it gives you. Safety, culture. It is a great place to buy in a world that feels very insecure and very unsafe. So, in essence, the fundamentals of the Costa del Sol property market for 2026, moving into quarter two, really remain strong. We've learned a lot already from quarter one. So what are you waiting for? Get in touch. Let's talk about your property on the Costa del Sol in 2026.